Yo, 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 what's going on YouTube? It's your boy Nate the Great coming at you another live. You already know if you're new to the channel, like, share, comment, and subscribe. To all the returning friends and family, you already know it's peace and blessings. Give y'all a little bit of time to tune in case these notifications ain't go out. First things first, you already know, hopefully everybody having a blessed and productive Taco Tuesday, Taco Tuesday. Hopefully everybody's smoothly getting through the work day. For those who still could be on vacation, hopefully you're enjoying the best of your vacation, keeping yourself safe, keeping your health preserved. For those in the city right now, it went from rain to hot weather again. So if you are out and about, make sure you're keeping yourself cool and hydrated. It could rain again, possibly either tonight or tomorrow, but we shall see, y'all. But if you got any plans before then, just make sure you're keeping yourself safe. Appreciate everybody that tuned in Sunday for the conversation. Definitely was a great conversation nonetheless. If you missed it, you definitely catch the replay. Today, I'm going to try to hit a few things, but today is mostly a cautionary tale for those who need to hear it. Uh, for those who have family members that's on the spectrum, right? Whether they're high functioning or whatever, make sure that your family members are not being wrapped up in the wrong type of activities that could get them in serious trouble. Again, especially if you know they on the spectrum. I don't care if they are high functioning or if they the lowest. Make sure that your family and make sure that your friends is good. That's one thing I can say is that almost everybody has one, maybe two family members that's on the spectrum, or that could be either physically disabled, so on and so forth. But make sure they're not being used and abused. Serious, what's going on, baby? Taco burritos, taco burritos. Cautionary tale. Another thing about some people that want to be down all day, every day with everybody. You can't be down for everybody. There's a reason why you can't be down for everybody, or why it's good to just maintain the friendships and the loyalties that you have. Because some people are not going to be loyal at all. Like I said, actions speak more than anything. Now, prime example, cautionary tale. Right now, there's a person sitting up in jail that's on the spectrum. A harmless person on top of that. He's not into no violent activities, even when he's off his meds. He's not violent at all. But apparently, you're sitting up for something that just doesn't fit your MO, doesn't fit your criteria. That's a problem. And this is why I said to some of y'all who have people who are on the spectrum, make sure that your family members are making the right decisions. Or at least make sure that they not doing anything that could jeopardize them and their future. London, baby. Frugal mama, baby. Cautionary tale is this dude right now sitting up in jail, and God knows how long, because couple reasons. That's another thing I'm gonna talk about. Um, and I'm gonna say that for anybody on any spectrum. If you know you got warrants out, or you could have a possible warrant out for your arrest, go figure out what it's about and go make sure that it's nothing serious. Prime example, you could have a bench warrant out just for missing a court date or missing a specific date. If you forgot about that date, honestly, or if it really just it blew past you, just go get yourself situated. Why have a little BS warrant out that could possibly still get you arrested? Now, right now, that's the only reason why I believe they hold him, outside of the other reason. Apparently, you got caught with a gun that has a body on it already, and an attempted body on it. Now, again, this is why I said precautionary tales on any form of the spectrum. Y'all better be careful of the people that you call friends. Because if those friends are willing to get you in some BS and get you in some madness like that, what does that really say? You know. Now again, New York is different. Maritza, baby. Wait a minute. Why the hell you ain't wrenched up, man? I gotta fix your sis. Hold on. Could have swore you was wrenched up last time. Popcorn, what's going on? Now again, you go do something for somebody. This person basically just got you set up. It's crazy. Start thinking for yourselves too. That's one thing. Because there's no way you could be sitting up for somebody else's madness. Now, again, that's a dangerous situation. You get caught with a weapon that's already been a part of a murder and that's been a part of an attempted murder. Because now they're going to automatically assume this is you, regardless to what. Unless you're going to open your mouth and say something, you're basically going to be taking all of that. So think about that. You sitting up right now for not just a BS warrant. You're sitting up because you got caught with a gun that was dirty all around the board. Gun in New York City right now, get caught with a gun of any form, it don't matter. Automatic 1.5 to 3. Ain't no more 8 months and you out. No. You're going to be sitting up. And if it was something that was crazier than that, you're sitting up for 3 automatically. If you done had issues before, you're sitting up for 3 automatically. Who wants to go through all of that? I feel bad to a degree because again, this dude is on the spectrum and he's harmless. He would be considered how you say the neighborhood mascot, but you know, mostly everybody that really rock with him is even shocked right now. Again, start thinking for yourselves. I don't care what spectrum of the board you want. Think for yourselves. If something don't feel right, don't do it. Public service announcement for those who need to hear it. Because even if they don't get you for that, right? Which it ain't you because you didn't do it. They know for a fact it ain't you. But for the fact that you got caught with it, guess what? Somebody gonna have to take that hit. And even if they happen to find out this is what it was, all the truth comes out, okay, but they can still hold you for the fact that you had a warrant out for the longest. Don't matter. Again, if you might have had old tickets, summonses, shoot, even if you had a case or whatever and you were supposed to go to court, go to court. Put down that important court date that you have to go to. I don't care. I've seen people almost break crimes just to make sure they got their asses to their court date so it wouldn't be nothing crazy. Should be no different. Should be no different with some of y'all again, because again, why should they have to come chase you and run down after you to capture you? But then again, why put yourself in a predicament where you would have to run? You know, this boy done turned around, supposed to be doing something for a quote unquote friend, which I don't believe was a friend at all. And before you even got to where you were supposed to get to, the cops done ran down on you, searched you, found everything they needed to find on you. Now you setting up. You setting up for somebody else's madness, basically. There's a lot of people right now in these systems that are setting up for quote unquote friends. Real friends ain't gonna get you in danger. And I just had this talk with them. Be mindful of everybody that you're around. Not everybody gonna be your friend. Not everybody's gonna have your best interest at heart. Not everybody gonna care if you go down or not. Again, it's about observing and just being careful within your surroundings. Tamika, baby. And I think that's a real sad issue right there. You know, you might be grown in age, but you really are on the spectrum and have the mind of a child. And you putting yourself in situations that you don't necessarily need to. I done had a talk with that person prior to. So be careful and mindful of the people that he's being around because again, some of them might actually mean you well, some of them don't. You got to be able to read it though, because not everybody going to be able to read it for you. And some people will put you in a position just to see if you're going to drown or not. Now, I don't know what the situation could be, but you know you done been locked down for a whole week now. So this is the thing again. Don't put yourself in a position to where you can't do nothing. You basically stuck. You know, and the fact that again, a quote unquote friend would ask you to do something that you know for a fact ain't gonna look good, that should tell you something when you do get home. And that's for anybody right now that could be locked up for a quote unquote friend. Now, unless you voluntarily did that, you can't get mad about that. There are some people who have sacrificed their own to make sure they friends, especially the ones who are on the up and up, the ones who are supposed to be the next big things, don't get wrapped up in situations. We've seen that. I take the bullet for you because I want to see you succeed. But then again, you can't get mad neither if you don't get to where you need to get to. And in that situation, too, to a degree, you got to be careful. Because then some of y'all who are throwing yourselves out there just like that. Look here, you ain't guaranteed that that person going to be really down for you in the future. Not unless y'all really have strong bonds. Don't put yourself in unnecessary risk for people that wouldn't do it for you. Do you think you're supposed to be around people who ain't going to help you fight if there's a situation happening where you have to defend yourself? No. Come on in, baby. You already know if y'all just tuned in at the like button. But it's the truth. BDB. What's going on, my guy? But again, should you be around people that's not going to help you fight if there's a situation? Or should you be around those who really are going to be down for the battle? It's like you saying you want to put an army together, but your army don't ride for you or with you. You know, come on now. You have to be very precautious in the things that you do. Now, with this young man, who knows what's going to happen? And again, he's on the spectrum. So I would assume at some point, and he coming from a big family, so I would assume at some point, you know, some point things will get worked out. But again, shouldn't nobody have to worry about a friend or anybody, even an associate. Yo, do me a favor and go do this. And don't tell you what you're getting into. Real friends are going to tell you what you're getting into. Or real friends just ain't going to put you in no danger at all. They going whatever they doing, they going to do it on their own. I think that's sad though. So now you could be possibly losing out on the rest of your summer, possibly the rest of your year, depending. There's some of y'all that think them little petty warrants and shit is all right, or them big warrants is all right. All right, it's not, because just imagine you being prime example at a birthday party celebrating, and you got to be the one getting taken out in cuffs during the party because you had warrants out or because you jumped bail. Like, what's the point of running? If you did something in particular and you got in trouble or you got arrested for it, the main thing you should remember, if it's not nothing that's that damn damaging and serious, nigga, take your ass to court. Pardon my language, y'all, but take your ass to court. Nah, to be thrown out by the time you get there. You know how many people got BS warrants just because they didn't go, just to go and see what's going on, even down to the smallest civil shit. Like, go find out what's going on. Make sure you don't have no warrants out. Make sure there's nothing that at some point could get you in some form of harm, man. Like I said, you don't want to be out and about and get embarrassed because you wearing that. But some of y'all is F record and F this. Nah, it's not that. You can have that attitude until it actually come down to it. And now you missing out on a lot of time that you don't need to. Shanita, baby, it's not hard for you to say, you know what, let me make sure this ain't going to be a problem. Even if a ticket or even if something was thrown away, prime example, case, whatever, still go double check just to be sure. There's people who probably been embarrassed. They've been out and about, probably either with somebody that they was digging on. They probably was out with some friends, then turned around because cops got involved in whatever and ran names. You done got tucked in because your name is in the system. Come on. I wouldn't care if it was the pettiest of crimes. Take your butt to court when you need to take your butt to court. This whole notion of, oh, they gotta catch me. Sometimes some of y'all make y'all own situations worse when you run. There's been situations where people that went and did what they was gonna do and got off with some almost a slap in the wrist. Because again, if it ain't that damn serious, 9 out of 10, I don't think they're gonna deem it that serious. But you gotta understand though, you need to put yourself around the right form of people at all times. The ones that really have your back, they always show it in action. That right there wasn't a friendly act, in my opinion. That person could possibly be going down for something they didn't even do. And this is something serious because, again, there's a body involved in it, you know, and an attempted one on top of that. Gotta be careful, man. And this is a general message for anybody, young or old, be careful. You don't know what some people are out here doing. You should know what your friends are up to. It's the same thing with some of your enemies. You should know what they're up to, but you should mostly know what your friends are up to. Because if these are people you're gonna be around, people you see every day, people that you have interactions with, you need to know what's going on. This way you don't get caught up in no madness. That's another thing. You don't want to get caught up in unnecessary madness that's not for you. And again, no real friend is gonna put you in that harm's way. The only thing I can say, at least for that young man, is hopefully things go through the best way it could go for you. So you can get about that situation. Because again, I don't nobody want to be sitting up in no damn cell. Nobody want to be sitting here living in a cell day in and day out. Hopefully that young man learns a lesson though. When he does get out, don't just be a gopher. Don't just be a yes man. Don't just be a runner for people. Can't run for everybody. You got to have your own mindset, and hopefully he will start wisening up to what the main people that got his back said to him before. Not everybody gonna be for you. You can only worry about those who are for you. Just like how I was saying on Sunday about choosing the ones that choose you, or being around the ones that choose you, picking the ones that choose you, friendship wise, on all of that. It's truth. Because everybody else is not going to have your sole interest at heart. Now, again, you about to miss the rest of your summer for nothing. And there are certain scenarios where people have not gotten off the way they should have gotten off. So that's another scary motion to think about too. So you got to remember when it comes to certain things, you have to put two and two together, at least in a book. And if this is the way they're going to do it, at least from what I've seen, and they're going to do it that way. Nobody should have to, again, worry about loss of freedom. Shouts to the plug. But you no good to nobody, especially your family, if you caged in. So again, now you have to be worried about that. If you got a family, now your family is at the utmost risk because you're not there to be a part of. And this ain't a precautionary tale just for the young men out there, it's for the women too. Some of you young women out there following behind, not the young men, you following behind your quote unquote sisters and get yourselves in situations you don't need to get into. Again, start thinking for self. I've always felt when you do get to a certain age, you are supposed to start making your own decisions. You know, carefully vetting out people that you know for a fact have everything in common. And whatever you don't got in common, hey, that's what makes the friendships or even those relationships unique. Because not everything gonna be the same. You might like something this person don't like, and vice versa. But because y'all have a common ground or a common something there, that's always gonna keep the friendships or relationships strong. But again, you gotta be yourself and think for yourself. And hopefully, again, this boy will learn something. Because again, you can't just pick up things for people and just go do or try to go do what they told you to do. No, you have to learn and think for yourself. What is this person? First of all, why is this person asking me to do something when they could have did it themselves? That's number one. Again, if you know you got family members on that spectrum that really have a hard time thinking for themselves, you should at least make sure they good. And not saying that these people ain't smart. No, they smart. But then there's some of them that just get confused. Like with him, it's just confusion. It's not trying to be funny. It's not so much as that they not smart, but they will get confused. You know, if somebody is playing on them like they're a real friend, and then they actually get them into some madness, what does that say? It got to be two ways. Like you got to be able at some point think for yourself. Should I really do this? Is it worth it? The big what ifs. Like prime example. If I don't do this, then we no longer friends, right? That theory of how people used to do. Nah, you still supposed to think for yourself. Just because I might not have done something for you, that doesn't disqualify me as a friend. And depending on what you did or what you asked of, if you know I stand firm against it, you know you're going to get resistance on it. So why would you even do that if you really thought about friendship? You know, there's things you got to do. Appreciate you for dropping those links, serious baby. Working hard than these damn seagulls over here, baby. Oh, they on my neck now, y'all. Hold on. If the troll drop get played, you know why. You know why. You know what you gotta remember. Um, it's not right to get placed in a situation. Now again, this is a situation where you gonna have to sit up for a little minute. And knowing that you know, I know some situations um they will put people on the spectrum, you know, not in general population. I know that part. But then there are some situations where they don't care. They throw everybody in the pot together, even the murderers, the rapists. Yeah, I'm gonna use that word and everything else in the same damn general pot. You know, and that's the only thing that's scary about it, though. Not really a fighter. You know, you like you're harmless. You know, but you're a good harmless. You just got wrapped up in the wrong situation. I hope that young man do, you know, come through. You know, hopefully at some point everything come through for him because again, this will be a precautionary tale. Frankie, what's going on, my guy? You're absolutely right, Marlene, and that's the sad part about it. But again, you know, you should want to have some real form of trust in your friends or trust in the people around you. But again, you got to think for yourself. Like I said, if there's certain things you already know you don't get into or you not for, then you make sure you're not in that situation at all. Like I said, sometimes you got to ask questions. Even your own friends, sometimes you got to ask questions. I need you to go do this for me. Wait, why I got to do it for you? Or why you want me to do it for you? Why you couldn't do it yourself? You know, but all in all, though, that's why I'm saying it's critical again to make sure, even if you got family members that's high or low on the spectrum and they out and about amongst the world or amongst the community, make sure they making the right decisions and not doing nothing just because. Again, that followers mentality. I gotta follow everything somebody is doing. That's not the way it works. You gonna follow some people into a darn ditch if that's the case. There's nothing cool about sitting up for something that you didn't have to sit up for. And especially when it wasn't your doing in the first place. You being a lackey or a gopher for somebody, you'll see where it gets you. It's not going to get you in the highest position. And this is a general message for anybody on any spectrum. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. Like, not at all. It's not going to work because, again, you're not utilizing your brain. You're not really observing the whole situation at hand. I think that's sad. Make sure your friends ain't getting into things that could drag you down with them, especially if you really haven't been down with anything. There are people who keep their noses clean out there. Some of y'all call them squares, some of y'all call them civilians. Doesn't matter what you call them. The fact of the matter is, that's usually what's going on. You know, You got people like that. Don't need to be in the midst of everything just to have fun or just to have fun in life. Again, some feel that notion of I gotta follow these people just to show them that I'm loyal to them, show them that I'm down with them. No, the ones that really share interest with you, the ones who really do want to see you rise up and not fall down, those are the ones you cling high to and think highly of. Because again, even if you're going through your struggles, they still could possibly want to see you survive, see you grow. Heck, even if you didn't have fallen out as of recent, if 9 out of 10 that person still got that same mindset, they see you grow and elevate regardless. Those are the ones you should really have high values for. Not everybody gonna see eye to eye on certain things, but again, nonetheless, you should know the most important thing out of everything. Salvation ain't easy. There's easy steps, but it ain't easy because again, you're gonna have people out of patience, or you feel you have to do something to prove something. Yeah, um, that's really not getting. It's not. Like I said, for some people, they ain't putting themselves at no risk, especially again. They have important things they need to take care of or tend to. And you can't do that from behind a wall. I don't care how many connections you might have, it still ain't nothing than being outside doing what you need to do. Not being told certain things like when to wake up, when to go to sleep, when to go take a shower, so on and so forth. We talked about that recently. I'm not taking no knock or nothing, but in the same token, I'm looking at it from the standpoint. There's no way you can tell me you comfortable like that. Being told when and when not to. You already kind of went through that again. If you was coming from some form of parenting, you already know what it is. But again, I know everybody's circumstances is different, so I'm not insecure or insensitive or anything along those lines when I say the things I say. And again, these are just logical views. Nothing really bad about some good conversation, right? Some precautionary tale. That's exactly what it is today. Some of y'all might have people who want you to do things for them, but you got to make sure it's the right things. In this situation right here, this person asked somebody to do the wrong thing, and the person actually went along with it, not thinking for themselves. And now look, you sitting up right now. And again, depending on the severity of things, you might not be getting out no time soon. When you better learn yourself, you learn the people around you. This is why it is a good thing again to, broaden your horizons. If you got true, genuine love for people, like they got love for you, no matter what y'all go through, everything will always remain intact. Because there's a bond and a solidness that you build from the concrete structure all the way to the streets, even to making that big building or whatever it is you had drawn up. You have your roots cemented. Wax dog, what's going on, my guy? Now again, nobody should have to be setting up for something they ain't do. But again, this should be a strong lesson. I got to start thinking about myself and my self preservation before anything, even if it do come down to a friend. You think I'm going to risk something that I don't need to for what? Now I'm getting pushed back, especially if I was already in a decent position. Prime example. There are some people who have put themselves in harm's way just because of that. And if it's not friends or friendships or just wanting to belong, they've done it just because they wasn't thinking at that proper time. They thought the opportunity of whatever was going to present itself. Nah, you're trying to make a name for yourself, prime example. There's ways to go about it. No doubt serious, baby. Well, I ain't gonna be too crazy today anyway. Got a few things I got to figure out this afternoon, but I feel this is a cautionary message for anybody. You know, if you're gonna be out and about in your communities, if you're out and about with the right people, make sure they keeping everything afloat. Not gonna lie to you though. Now in this situation right here, I don't know how they gonna do it. You know, because like I said, I know they do separate people at times, especially depending on the severity of your mental disability or whatever. But in certain cases, they're gonna put you in general population. Appreciate you again for dropping those links, serious baby, and be safe on that road, baby. Oh, 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 oh. Bring baby Rufus back, something. Yeah, baby Rufus been acting up crazy right now. Ah, you got to remember that part right there again. True friendship speaks in more than just volumes. It speaks in body language and just all in all, visuals. If you feel like, prime example, you're around somebody that's always trying to put you in the midst of danger, put you in the midst of some beefs and squabbles, so on and so forth, you need to stay clear of that. Because the main thing you should want to at least do in life is keep yourself happy and preserved. Why give away wasted energy on things you don't need to? Like trying to prove friendships to people that you already have made, cemented pacts with. That should never, should never be a thing. Cool gamer, what's going on? Denise, baby. James, what's going on, my guy? Happy Taco Tuesday to everybody that pulled in. Uh, I see the people up in here. I see the peoples up in here. But this is truth, though. The reason why I say I feel a little eerie about his situation is because, again, he's harmless. And you know you got people that will pick on or try to use and abuse harmless people in in jail or on the streets. Either which way, you have people who are low life scoundrels like that who will do it. So again, this is where the precautionary tale comes in. It doesn't matter what form of the spectrum you're on. This should be a precautionary tale because again, why put yourself in that much deep danger? Because you want to prove friendships and loyalties. Real friends are going to be loyal regardless and not to a default. They're going to just be loyal, period. How was your trip over there, bro? Hope all was safe with you, man. I'll chime in with the people for a little bit, though. But again, think about it. You just got yourself wrapped up for something had nothing to do with you at all. Just because you want to do something for somebody. Can't jump out the window for everybody. Now you just jumped all the way out the window with that situation. And look, like I said, I'm not even throwing a shot. This is just a logical view right there. It is. You just threw yourself away, basically, at least for the rest of this summer, or God knows how long, because you was trying to prove loyalty to people and trying to prove loyalty to everybody on top of that. You can't be loyal to everybody. You know, there's some things you have to learn to be loyal to yourself and true to yourself. But again, be true to those who really have your back. The ones that are showing you they ain't got it, you got to start moving away from it. That's what's up, James. That's what's up, man. As long as you having a good time and safe travels, that's what's up. Hey, Marlene, and that's the thing, though. Um, it's crazy. You know, yeah, I got you. I'm gonna go do that for you, and then you get wrapped up. It's almost like he set you up. Exactly. And that's the thing. People will act brand new. Sad part about it, and not even to be funny. If that's a real friend, and even if you was prime example in that case, decide to take that full fund, what is that person going to offer you in return? You got to think about things like that before you get yourself wrapped up with everybody. You might have people who are doing the utmost of the utmost, and you don't know it. Again, be aware of your surroundings in certain situations. And if there's certain things that just don't feel right, start moving away. But you let it be known exactly what it is too. You know. But yeah, just like you said, some people they ain't gonna know that part. But nonetheless, that shouldn't stop you from being safe regardless. You know, so I say you got to execute the right decisions in life. So this way, you don't have situations like this. Exactly, Marlene. But this is why you have to be mindful. That situation right there with young man, that's a true cautionary tale to be mindful. Now again, you're sitting up for a gun, and you're also sitting up because that gun has a body and a half on it. I'm sorry. Um, Shit crazy. See, there are things you gotta be careful for because again, it can damage you. Riders, baby. Again, now look. Again, you have people who are sitting up for other people's miscellaneous crimes, so on and so forth. Either because they jumped out the window for friendship or they wasn't aware of things that were happening. And again, wrong places, wrong times. You get scenarios like that. Again, it's critical to think for yourself and move accordingly. If not, hey, you'll find out the hard way. And I don't think nobody, young or old, should figure that out or have to go through that. Real friends are gonna always let you know what's going on, and that's a whole fact. And even if they don't tell you certain things, prime example, because we've seen situations like that, they ain't gonna bring it around you. Even if they tell you specifics, prime example, hey, they ain't bringing it around you, and they not asking you or requiring you to do anything you don't need to do. So that's the most important thing to remember. So that's a good thing right there. You know, and it's sad again. You about to possibly lose out the rest of your summer, maybe a year, depending on what the situation is within the next probably few months or so. You losing out on valuable time you could have been implementing on, being in a better position in life. You just gotta always think a step ahead when it comes to certain things. Just do so. Prime example, if this man would have thought a step ahead and said, "Nah, I'm not gonna do that," or "Nah, you go do that," being your own individual, probably would be running around right now. There's some things you should read off the rip. Even if somebody does come to you at the last inconvenient moment, you still should be thinking for yourself more than anything. Am I supposed to take this or do this or be a part of this when I know for a fact when it comes down to it, this could possibly happen? You know, I remember that part. Shit is crazy, man. This world has been high on not just division, but high on people not thinking for themselves. It's just my view and opinion on it. Because again, what at what cost? Before you say, you know what, I should start thinking for myself. I should start building myself. I should start being a little better, move a little better. You shouldn't have to worry about consistently going through the same old routine. Don't let those friends make life decisions for you that could cost you your life or that could cost you a piece of your life. Sorry, but what's gonna happen now? Because it could be a situation that happens in between time while you quote unquote locked up. And what you think gonna happen? God forbid is a death in your family or a real severe illness in your family or anything along those lines. Now you missing out on precious moments. Prime example, there could be new arrivals in the family coming. Like I said, you're missing out on good key memories right there. If there is something on the health level and you want to be there, you can't be there because you're locked up, you're in shackles. And if they do let you come, the most they're gonna let you come is to the funeral, and you still gonna be shackled up. I don't think nobody really, at least now in this age, should want to be that way. Some people will make the ultimate decisions when they do get to adulthood, right? But again, just imagine you young and you making these type of decisions. There's young folks right now sitting up, facing time, like grown-ups would be facing time just because of the decisions they made. If you want true camaraderie and friendship, or if that's what you expect, Then again, you gotta have a certain form of expectation and standard, a reasonable one on top of that. Again, you gotta think about it. Not every one of your real friends are gonna be, you know, the same. Everybody has their own personality. But if they true and genuine with you, regardless to their personality and anything else along those lines, what else could you possibly say? Accept that. But again, you got people that come through in the clutch when needed. Those are the ones you definitely are supposed to make sure you you know, doing the best for or by. Because again, it's crazy. To think could have been out right now enjoying the nice weather, or you could have been out and about going to a specific event, having fun, enjoying your life. But your life is on pause right now because of a critical mistake, a mistake you didn't necessarily have to make. But then again, that person should have never asked them in the first place to make that. So it's a you know two-way street with that. And this is my thing all in all though. System, in my opinion, is getting too overcrowded and populated. And now is not so much as from the adults or the OGs, it's the youngins. Again, at some point you have to think there are certain things that play into the situations we see on a daily. This right here was a reason to just say no. In some situations, you're gonna have to say no. You have to follow your gut instinct and stand on it. I believe he does that. He's out and about with his peoples right now. Again, it's sad because you decide to try to be loyal to everybody, and you find out to default, not everybody gonna be loyal to you, or not everybody is gonna be riding with you. The ones that will ride with you or have been riding with you, guess what? Whenever you come back from your situation, they still gonna be there. The ones that ain't, that means something. That means they wasn't meant to be there from jump. You just had to learn that lesson the hard way. In this situation, he had to learn the hard way because more than a few people, even a couple people in his family, told him the same thing. You need to stop trying to do certain things for everybody. Stop trying to be that person. That's a whole fact, James. But this is what I'm saying all in all, though. But a lot of times, look, the adults have to think too. Who do you think these kids are mimicking a lot of times? They mimicking the adults that they see, the adults that they come across. It's not solely just what's going on in their homes. Again, it's in the community. I ain't perfect, but there's some things I try to keep on humble because again, that's just the way I was raised. Like prime example, where I'm at right now, yeah, I'm free to smoke and do whatever, right? But if I know there's gonna be people that might be coming around, even with kids, nah, I'll get up and move. It's just a respectful thing to do. They don't need to catch no second contact or anything behind me. And in certain scenarios, you got to stand your ground too. You're not gonna just keep picking up and moving. Sometimes, like prime example, the other day while I was on the live with y'all, had somebody do something that was foolish. You gonna come walking through with all your kids Knowing that I'm sitting in the area by myself, getting myself together. Nah, we're not doing that. I shouldn't have had to get up when I was over here for more than 2, 3 hours. And the fact that you just kept blatantly walking forward, not even thinking to say, you know what, he over there doing what he doing. Let me go move over here. It's enough space. Like I don't like people like that because it's just common sense to give people space sometimes, especially if you think they could be on the phone or if you think they doing whatever it is they don't. I don't know. Some people really have to start utilizing all their brain cells and stems. I'm sorry because some of these things is just getting way out of control and out of proportion. You see, it could be a group of people. They doing what they doing. It doesn't matter where the scenery is at. Have some common sense and have some safety for yourself too. You gotta look. It's another precautionary tale because now, what if I was on one that day? Matter of fact, let's say I wasn't on live and I was on one that day. You could have been a casualty of just catching the unleashed fury just because, and that's on any spectrum. Like I don't think that people should just be invading spaces when you know there's things going on right now. You know that's not respecting at all. It's not respecting people's peace and property. You know, like come on, now. You got a whole area where you can go and do what you do. Go do what you do. Don't bring people right into the midst of it. That'd be like me bringing my kids amongst a group of people knowing that they drinking and smoking. I sit around them. I can't do that because what am I teaching right there? Not teaching no value or anything. So again, some people need to think. It's cool to have your fun and do whatever. Yeah, and even if you got kids, there's people that's having the best times of their lives, giving themselves a balance, knowing when to integrate certain things and when not to integrate certain things. Your kids should be in your business or knowing that you're doing certain things. Doesn't matter what it is. Again, have some respect for yourself and respect for your family and respect for those who, again, are looking up to you. Now, hopefully, if everything works out in his situation, slap on the wrist, probably just be sitting up for that little warrant. And that was it. You know, but again, for anybody that need to learn something, learn this. It's not so much as think for yourself, but make sure that you are in the proper light of things. Make sure you don't have no outstanding tickets or warrants or things that could get you in jail, especially if you are quote unquote trying to enjoy your best life. Keep yourself on the up and up. I don't care if it was the smallest of tickets or if it was something major that you did, as far as whatever is in that judicial system, right? Um, just make sure that there's nothing lingering that could come back and bite you, especially at the wrong times. You know, again, you should want to, be out enjoying yourself. You should want to be out, living your best life. Can't live your best life when you behind the wall for mistakes and consistent mistakes you keep making. You know, the mindset has to change now. Start thinking for yourselves. Stop letting everybody think for you. In this situation right here, that boy let everybody think for him and let everybody use and abuse him. And now look at this situation right now. I guarantee you, at least half of them are not going to try to reach out to see what's going on. To see if he's on the up and up. So again, precautionary tale. Not everybody gonna be for you because if you do happen to get into a situation where you no longer out and about, who really gonna be there for you. I've always said the ones who will truly feel you, even if they can't do the bid with you, if they actually mean well by you when you come home, 9 out of 10 you're gonna be good in the situation. You know? But again, it shouldn't have to be that way. Think for yourself. Don't put yourself a part of anything that you don't need to put yourself a part of. In this case right here, if nothing pans out the way it should pan out, you are basically going to be sitting up for a long time for something again you didn't do. Anybody who is in gun possession should not be asking anybody who isn't in gun possession to move around with it. No. But again, you have to remember what you consider integrity is still there. If a person has any real integrity, they ain't gonna actually do anything they don't need to actually do. Like I said, I've seen people who have been doing the utmost, but never brought any of that situation or attention around these people. Because that's not the way they roll. None of my people is gonna go down or have to go down for something I'm doing if I'm being irresponsible. And that's a true friend regardless. I don't care. Even if they are being a hard headed friend, that's still a true friend regardless. I ain't gonna bring this around you knowing damn well this is not what you want. Like, come on now. And you don't have to be a part of this. This is my decision, not yours. That's what people gotta understand too. If you got friends who are making decisions that, hey, is doing them bad, hey, sometimes you gotta let them find out the hard way. There's only so much you can say or do. You know, I could tell you something, or I could plead to you something, and you can still go out there and do it. Can't be willing always to jump out the window for people that ain't going to jump out the window for you. Again, precautionary tale. Be mindful of all the people that surround you or that you come across, whether it's in your community, whether it's outside your community. You want to make sure that you are in the safest of safe zones. Exactly, Marlene. You know, and that's the thing. The maturity factor. Some things you don't necessarily have to do to prove friendships and loyalties. Again, you just got to know it doesn't matter what spectrum of the board you on. When it comes to your thinking patterns, you got to think what's best for you, and also you making sure the right decisions you made are the right decisions for good, and that does take maturity. Got to learn that at certain points you don't want the best, not just for yourself, but for the right people. For you young men out there, again, think for yourselves. Stop always wanting to follow what everybody else is doing. Be your own individual. See what it feels like. Make your own decisions. Carve your own path. You can't follow a path everybody's following. Some of those people who are following a certain path might not even stay on that path long. Because again, everything in life is a phase. Phase in the stage. Like prime example, you can't follow all of the trends because what might be trendy today ain't gonna be trendy tomorrow. You have to think about it even on the simplest level when it comes to your overall. self-preservation. You know, you want to inspire yourself to feel great about yourself. Start thinking for yourself. Don't be a lackey or a gopher or a mascot for anybody. Again, you have a brain. Time for you to utilize it. Utilize it to your fullest potentials and capabilities. If you're in a situation where it looks like it's critical, you can turn that around. But again, it's solely up to you. And that's all you got to remember. That part right there. You know, you have to make it work one way or another. But I would also say for those people who are supposed to be friends and family, to those ones who are in these situations like I was talking about today, sitting up for nothing, make sure that everything is good money, regardless to what's going on. And make sure you still fight. Especially if you know it's something wrong for you. Again, strength, loyalty, and dedication. I think those are three key ingredients for strong friendships and everything along those lines. Three cement builders, basically. Because I can accept every last one of my friends that have still remained the same throughout the course of time, and vice versa. You shouldn't have to change who you are as an individual to prove that you're a loyal individual. Just continue to be your natural self. The right people will form, the right people will come along, even when it comes down to relationship standards. The right people will come along. Don't be throwing yourself out there on the line if you don't need to. Another precautionary tale, some people, even on here, on these platforms, on these different devices, some of y'all are doing the same exact thing. Running around in the streets trying to be loyal to everybody. Can't be loyal to everybody. And you can't think that everybody gonna ride with you or ride for you. And it wouldn't be the city if you ain't get one of these, baby. Go to the good life, baby. James, what you done did now, man? What you done did now, James? Come on, man. Come out the shadows. I know you did it. It was just quiet until you got one of those. But you just gotta think about that. Your best qualities and features, the real people will see that and value that. Yeah, sometimes you'll come through in the clutch with some people, and that's what will build a strong friendship with people. Don't laugh. I know one of y'all did something, man. How you doing? One of y'all did something. Y'all just ain't trying to. Uh huh. I'm gonna leave that be. But again, be your true, genuine self. And again, the people you do place around you should be able to accept you for you. And that means not try to change you, not try to think for you, not try to bully you, extort you, you name it. Shouldn't be that way. True friendship comes from within. True bonds lie within. You building bonds with the right form of people and they want to see you on the up and up every day. Hey, keep that in motion. You don't always need that great support system for real. And I think this is another reason why we get stories like this because nobody has no real support. Now, see, in this case right here, this young man had all the damn support. And I mean all the support. Everybody named Mama was telling him something. Boy, wouldn't listen. That boy wouldn't listen. And now look, sitting up for something he ain't got to sit up for. Like I said, I don't care what age you are, think before you do things. Again, love yourself, believe in yourself, trust in yourself, and then you build yourself. And you keep yourself preserved, regardless. Like I said, if people decide they're gonna move away, let them move away peacefully. That means to go back to the logic at hand. That these people wasn't for you in the first place. You know? Because if true friendship lies, then people are gonna want to see you grow no matter what. They don't want to see you grow. They don't want to see you in a peaceful position. You know, they definitely gonna have that. You know, shouldn't have to do anything outside of my comfort zone just to prove friendship in some form of a comfort zone. We ain't doing that. You know, can't do it. I don't know, just something to think about. Today's precautionary tale is this. If you think real friendship calls for somebody to sacrifice your freedom, your peace of mind, your sanctum, and everything, you're sadly mistaken. And you will learn the hard way. And if you had people who are giving you fair warning on things, and I mean, especially if these warnings are going to do you better, guess what? Better listen to it. Because when a situation does occur like how this happens, it's not going to be that many people that's really going to reach out or make sure that you're good or even make sure your family is good. Do not risk your freedom for something you don't need to do. Don't risk your freedom for friendship. Drop the link in case anybody want to chime in on the convo. But not. Oh shoot, I ain't gonna hold y'all all day. I feel this is a precautionary tale regardless. Young men and women out there, your friends should not be asking you to do things of that nature. Your real friends should motivate you to inspire greatness. Again, just know that every friend is different though when it comes down to how they do things. But if they are being true and genuine regardless to what, that should be the most important thing. Not bad. I had to say a little moment of silence. You know, again, hopefully this young man will learn a lesson out of this when he do get out. You know, don't do everything for everybody. If they can't do it themselves, especially if it's something that could get them in trouble, if they can't do it themselves, they shouldn't ask you to do it. All in all, though, something to learn from all of this. Again, be your own individual. It doesn't matter what spectrum you're on, you should be your own individual. You should not have to worry about people putting you in danger or even possibly having you unalive. Because there's some people who have jumped out the window for friends and they're no longer hit, and their friends are still moving on with life, or they quote unquote friends are still moving on with life. But yeah, for those following me on Clapper, I will definitely see y'all tonight at 6. And yeah, gonna have some good conversations as well too. Um, Apologies for those who was looking for me yesterday. Oh man, technical issues out the ass. But you know, Tony, what's going on, baby? Oh no, I ain't ending it just yet, though. I don't think I'm ending it just yet. You know, but I do want to say this all in all, though. Again, young fellas out there, your friends are not gonna do anything that's gonna put you or even your family in harm's way. Prime example, if you moving around with people, some of them are in the street things, let them keep their street things to themselves. Tanya, what's going on, baby? Wait a minute. I smell chicken. I smell chicken, baby. I smell in the air, baby. You gotta think about that. It's sad that again you could be possibly wasting a portion of your life behind a cell for just for not thinking, just for not following your gut instinct. Sometimes you're gonna have to say no. Even if it is to a friend, sometimes you have to say no. And again, stand on that. No doubt, I hear you. Oh, snap. I'm gonna smell some chicken or something later. I know. I'll taste it in the air. Yes, yes. But yeah, it's critical for you again to just remember preservation in any form of building or successful building of life. It does start with you first. You have to put yourself first a lot of times. I see the chicken in here, baby. Again, nobody should put you in life's danger or mortal danger. See shit like this, dropping glass out of a window. That's what I'm saying. My bad, y'all. This is the type of shit we be talking about. People be doing too much, man. Now y'all just heard that. Glass and something else coming out of a window. Now, if one of these dog maintenance workers would have been out here doing something, they could have possibly just got injured. People have to stop doing that. People have to stop living like animals. Now I'm about to talk about another precautionary tale. There are some people who are, again, living in these complexes where you have people doing the utmost, especially these high rises. No heavy objects like bottles, glass, anything along those lines should be coming out of a window, especially if you know you got groundskeepers and even maintenance crew moving around. That shit is unsafe and it's unfair. You could possibly hurt somebody and unalive because of that. Now, the way that glass just broke, if there was kids that was running towards the court right now, one of them would have probably got hit in the head. You can't explain that and you can't say, I'm just sorry because something bad happened because you just being trifling and lazy. You ain't got no garbage cans in your house, better get you some garbage bags. and start taking your garbage out. Yellow, what's going on, my guy? Fucking crazy. And usually it'd be a bunch of kids running around right now, but still, they'd have ran and got hit with that bottle. Then what? You'd have been paying for hospital bills. You possibly could have been going to jail for assault, and that is assault if you want to be technical. That's still a form of assault because you're throwing something that you don't need to toss out of a fucking window from high up. You don't know who's below you. You don't even care who's below you. Apparently, in some of these projects, but this is what I'm saying. There's things that should never fall out of a window. Pampers, none of that dumb shit should be flying out of a window. Bottles of piss. Like some of y'all really live like savages. But then you'll walk around here in the society with your head held high, like this shit don't stink. At some point, some of you people who are doing that, just tossing stuff out the window and just being random with things, you're gonna find out the hard way when again your ass is homeless. And you ain't got no means or no ways to keep a roof over your fucking head. It's crazy, man. That right there could have been a deadly situation. That's glass coming from high up. Bust somebody head open. Like, come on now. Could have probably really did some harm to a kid. It's crazy. And it's sad because again, you gotta look at it. How could you not have some form of decency and humanity for people who could be moving around? It's crazy. Instead of you saying, I'm gonna bring my garbage where I need to bring it, you would just let it drop. Just because you might live in a project area or a housing complex area, and I'm talking about everywhere, that doesn't mean you have to live like a savage. You're not being wise and you're not being fair to those who are moving around. Again, that could have been critical. You think somebody won't have to worry about possibly having stitches in their head, possibly having some form of head injury, concussion, so on and so forth, because you're that lazy and you're that harmful to not care about who's outside, who's out and about, who's under your window. Like people got things they gotta do. Some of your areas they're getting work done on their buildings. So you got scaffolds up, all of that. But even still, if I'm a worker and I gotta worry about that, that's a problem. You know, that's what I'm saying. Some people really just don't have no form of not self-preservation, just preservation of peace, period, for people. That's not a peaceful situation when you got to worry about a bottle, a shitty pamper, so on and so forth, coming out of a window. Glass jars, soda bottles, all sorts of wild shit coming out full of God knows what. Oh, man. Have some respect and some decency for your neighbors, man. Nah, it's a whole fat yellow. That shit's crazy, man. Like, come on now. That right there, especially these kids is outside right now. I just came to another spot. You know, I came from one spot, just catching the breeze. Now I'm back on my block now. You know, these kids be running back and forth. Shouldn't nobody have to worry about no glass coming out no window. That could have harmed every last one of them. Could have got shards of glass in your eye, so on and so forth. There's too many different things that could happen from glass bottles or anything heavy falling from out these damn windows. And I would say for people who have to work in these areas where they are doing renovations or even fixtures on buildings, so on and so forth, Just make sure you keeping your helmet on. And if you feel any form of danger, just move away from it. Because again, it's not cool. It's sad to say it. It's only in them areas where this happens. Anywhere else, they're not doing it. Especially if they know they got crews working around, ground maintenance working around. Like, come on now. You know what I'm saying? It's time for some of y'all getting to start using your brain. Stop living like feral animals. I'm sorry. I'm not being judgmental. I'm being logical. At some point, a lot of things that you think is cool should phase out. There's nothing cool about putting somebody's physical safety at risk because you want to be careless and make a irrash decision. You know, think about it. It could be bowls. Sometimes you got bowls coming out of a window. It could be cereal coming out of. It's just mad stuff. You never know what could be coming out of a window. Doesn't matter. And hopefully everything good with her too. I'm glad you brought that up though. Yeah. Hope. Shouts to Love Baby and shouts to everybody who hasn't been in here in a little minute. Hopefully everybody keeping themselves preserved. You know, and just know that y'all still here regardless. You know, whatever you may be going through, you still got fam over here. If we miss y'all, baby, if you're going through health issues, make sure you think about your health first before anything. You know, anything, I still be here. But yeah, it's crazy. Those are the things you got to worry about. Got to worry about metal cans that can still be filled with things coming out of a window. One time, a metal can came out the window that wasn't open. How you think that landed? You know what I'm saying? Some people just do not care and don't have no regards for themselves or others. You think I would risk, and I'm on a high floor, you think I would risk throwing sun out the window knowing that could possibly hurt somebody or worse? I ain't doing that. Not thinking to do that. I'm sorry, but it's time for y'all to really start being more responsible with your decisions. Safety should be always a careful decision in life. There's nothing careful about almost harming somebody to that extent. Take pride in throwing out your trash correctly. I'm good, Tanya. I don't need one because I don't be it where it lands at is nowhere near where I'm sitting at. But still, the kids that are running near the park area, like as far as the basketball court, they could be in harm's way. They can't harm. They know they can't block their heads if something is falling out the window at the same time they run, and that could have been a tragic situation right there. That's why I said some people don't care. They don't look. They don't do anything. Where I'm at, I'm in a good spot right now. I wish I could have seen where it was coming from, because I would have made the report my damn self. You almost harmed somebody just then. That's not right. You know, and it's sad that again people live like that and think that that's the way to go. But guess what? At some point, you find out the hard way. Your your irrash and your irresponsible decisions will have consequences and costs. You can end up losing your apartment or getting terminated, even to a point where you won't be able to get another apartment nowhere, just because you kept violating specific rules and protocols. Another precautionary tale for those who could be out and about, whether you're working, whether whatever, if you are somewhere where there are windows, just be mindful of those windows. But again, you shouldn't have to. People should learn to stop throwing things out of a window. You have a garbage. If you don't got a garbage, you make a garbage. Or go to your nearest incinerator. I'm sorry, but it's critical again to start thinking for yourself. I'm telling you, don't be the next casualty. It will cost you in the long run. But nonetheless, I'm about to get up out of here, figure out lunch. Again, for those following me on Clapper, I'll be back at 6 on the dot. No ifs, ands, or buts. We in the spot. Appreciate everybody that tuned in for the conversation. Appreciate everybody that's been a part of the build, still becoming a part of the build. Still got more great conversations to bring. Today was a cautionary tale for anybody that needed that. And I hope somebody did take something out of it. Despite my cursing, despite whatever, I'm giving you something that's real. Start loving yourself enough to think for yourself. Don't put yourself in harm's way for nobody. And definitely don't be nobody's sucker. So I can tell you, stay sucker free and you can remain free. Don't risk your freedom over something that ain't worth it. Real raps. Uh, Before I do get up out of here, I feel like I cheated y'all today. I cheated y'all today. I know I cheated y'all today. I know. My bad. I ain't mean to cheat you. For those who are celebrating birthdays this week, even going into the weekend, I ain't forget about you. I ain't forget about y'all. Hopefully y'all enjoying yourselves. Another blessing, another year around the sun. You know, make sure y'all keeping yourselves healthy and preserved and keeping yourself visual at all times. Matter of fact, one more again for y'all. Y'all need it. Y'all need it. And yeah. Hopefully y'all enjoy yourselves though. Whatever you might be getting into. Hopefully you keep yourselves, enjoying the blessings. Oh, for those
I'm
that
gonna
I
keep it
step in the club
100
with,
with you.
wait
I
a minute.
normally don't ask girls stuff like this until they tell me they're pregnant. What's your name?
Clapper.
Oh, for those, wait a minute. Enjoying yourselves and keeping yourselves safe. That's what's up, Tanya, baby. And like I said, for those celebrating this month, hey, you know what time it is. Hey. But hey, again, keep yourselves, in the highest regards and just do what's necessary. And enjoy yourself. You deserve it. And celebrate for those that you might be missing right now. What's going on, chillin'? What's going on, chillin'? But yeah, let me get up out of here and figure out lunch. Wait a minute, I forgot. I forgot. Wait a minute. I did y'all wrong again. Wait, my fault. I was supposed to do this at least once. My bad. That's for those who need to get those real quick. Those are for those people who just do too much. You had to get one of those. Let me show you how good I feel today, though. Shanita, don't encourage the madness. James, I know better. Come on now. Don't encourage the madness. You already know how we do, Tanya, baby. Don't encourage that damn madness. If you ain't been catching them damn shorts, you better catch them. I've been a fool with it. And there's more coming. And there's more coming. Oh, wait. And there's more coming. Hey. There's more coming. Oh, wait a minute. I did cheat y'all on something. My bad. I did cheat y'all on something. I forgot. Feel good vibes as always. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Yeah, I don't know. I told y'all don't do that. And again, this is for entertainment purposes. I might be doing the first ever AI nature tour. So again, I know y'all sending me emails, but again, this is for entertainment purposes. There's no way you can't tell me you love that shit. Come on, everybody, get their dance on today. Come on now, Danny. Come on now. For those who feel the type of way about me, everybody who feel the type of way about me again, there you go. There you go. But yeah, let me get up out of here. Let me go figure out lunch, y'all. Again, for those following me on Clapper, I see y'all at 6. Yeah. And if you ain't following me, you need to. Come get some good fresh air over there, baby. Let me get up out of here. If y'all was new to the channel, like, share, comment, and subscribe. Shout out to the replay gang. Shout out to the Shadow Mafia and the Shadow Babies. Y'all know what it is, baby. Everybody that was in attendance today, you already know that love is love and it'll be reciprocated as such. I don't know how to be fake. All I'm gonna do is give you real. That's all I'm gonna do is give you real topics and real bills. And don't encourage the madness on the way out the door, y'all. Today was a precautionary tale that everybody need to hear. And if you didn't hear it, for those who might have just been tuning in, definitely catch that replay. Oh, I forgot I was supposed to do this one good time, y'all. Hold on, then we gonna be up out of here. Shit. There you go. There you go. There you go. Now I feel better. Now I feel a little better. But y'all stay safe. Keep that third eye open. And until the next live, we out of here. Peace and blessings.